What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Nerd Lounge 2.0. My name is Austin. This is my beautiful, amazing, perfect wife, Ray. We are your friendly neighborhood movie review watch couple, movies and shows. And it's Vampire Week here at the Nerd Lounge. We did Zombie Week, and then we had our little breakup episode. And well, we didn't break up, but we had a break in our episodes, and we watched Captain America. That was the most recent episode, so go check that out. And this week, we're doing vampire movies. We watched like 16 vampire movies,
No, we
I think.
did not watch 16.
Yeah.
Did we? There's no way.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we watched like 15 or 16 vampire movies. We watched a lot of vampire movies this week.
Okay.
We watched a lot. So, vampire movies coming up. But first, did you watch anything else other than vampire movies? Do you have any other?
Other than Love is Blind. Probably Love is Blind.
Yeah. Love is Blind
90 Day Fiancé. They have a new season of that out. 90 Day Fiancé Last Resort.
Okay.
Movie-wise?
Nothing really. We did a lot of homework this week.
Did I? I don't recall. So that means if I did watch something, it must have not been that great of a film. Because I don't remember.
I don't really think so.
I don't
think I watched anything differently.
Yeah, I don't think I did. Watch Sam and Colby's video with the other people. I don't know their name.
Are they just called The Boys or whatever?
No, they did a video with another group. It's called something Fear, or I think. I don't know, but I watched that.
Okay. All right. There is one awesome announcement. We went and got t-shirts made. It says the Nerd Lounge 2.0 right here, and then on the back it has our logo, the Nerd Lounge podcast logo. Very, very cool. So what we're gonna do is we're definitely gonna start like getting some of these made. I want to do just a giveaway of at least like 20 or 30 shirts, if you're okay with that. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna post our email on the video. It's gonna be thenerdlounge2.0@gmail.com. So go ahead and send us an email if you guys are interested in getting one of these shirts, and we will talk about how we get the shirt to you and what size shirt you wear. So that is our big announcement for the week. That's very, very cool. Very excited for that. And without further ado, I think that brings us to our nerd breaker. I'm gonna pass it over to my wife, who has prepared a segment, guys. Round of applause.
Huge news.
That's pretty big news, yeah.
That's pretty big news. This is a different kind of a segment than what we normally do. We're gonna have Austin do the Hot Ones challenge, and we're gonna ask him a bunch of trivia questions as he eats these wings. There are 5 wings, so I'm probably gonna ask 10 questions.
Yeah, maybe like 2 some questions per each.
And we will talk about the sauce also. As he's eating them, these sauces came pre-made, but I put extra things in them to make them better. So
make them more volatile.
Austin claims he has a really high tolerance for heat.
I have a decently, I think I have a good heat pain tolerance.
And shout out to our brother-in-law. Well, my brother-in-law, his brother, Evan. He came up with this awesome idea.
My brother, Evan. I'll put his picture right here so you can guys see how similar we look.
So, yeah.
And I do have my gloves on. Safety first. Wing 1. Do I just go?
Yeah. Because I think I'm going to try to go kind of fairly easy up and build it up. That one is jalapeno pepper.
Jalapeno pepper. Here we go.
Okay. In the Avengers vs. X-Men event, which Avenger is captured by Cable?
Which Avenger? Which X-Men?
Which Avenger?
Captured by Cable?
Captured by Cable.
I don't know. Iron Man?
Wrong.
Doctor Strange?
Wrong.
Thor?
Wrong.
The Hulk?
Wrong.
Black Widow?
Wrong.
Avenger? Spider-Man?
Wrong.
How many Avengers are there? There's a lot of Avengers.
There are a lot of Avengers.
I don't know. Am I missing a big one? Thor? Did I say Thor?
Wrong.
I don't know.
It is Sam Wilson, aka Falcon.
My wife's favorite hero.
Not really.
Okay, that one, guys, is not very hot. That was really good.
That one was good?
That was a tasty wing.
Okay, we're going to move on to Game of Thrones.
Okay. Do
you want easy, intermediate, or hard?
Let's go for intermediate.
Intermediate. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go intermediate. And shout out to Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Podcast. They have, what are they called?
Trivia categories?
Trivia categories of like almost everything. So shout out to them. This is where I'm getting the questions from.
And I'll post their little image on the screen as well.
Go ahead and get your wing.
Oh, we said we're gonna do a couple for each though.
Oh, you want me to do one more? Okay.
Yeah, do like a couple more.
What are the house words for House Lannister?
I'm pretty sure one of their slogans is a Lannister always pays their debts, but I think the house words are "Hear me roar."
Correct.
Because their sigil is a lion.
He is correct. We're gonna.
All right, wing number 2.
Since he got that right, we're gonna stick with Game of Thrones, and we're gonna go
to the hard one.
Hard.
Sure. Okay, which one is this?
That one is the mango habanero pepper sauce.
Mango habanero, and the brand is Arizona Gunslinger. I don't know if you can see that, but Arizona Gunslinger. So here we go. Wing number 2.
Which house has the words unbowed, unbent, and unbroken?
Let me get like 2 guesses. I want to say the first guess is Highgarden.
No.
Or the which house? The Tyrells.
The what?
The Tyrells?
No.
No?
No.
Is it Dorne?
No.
Is it
You're looking real bad right here.
It's the Iron Islands. Is it Pike?
No.
No?
You're looking real bad right now.
Is it
you got a little smosh on your nose.
Do I? Unbowed, unbent. I should know this. What other dang houses are there? Is it Baratheon?
No.
It's not Stark. It's not Lannister. What's the other houses? Is it House Mormont? Is it House Martell? Is it the Martells?
Yes, it is House Martell.
Martell. So that's Dorne. So I didn't say the correct name of the house. Yeah,
well,
but that's the people from Dorne.
It says they were never defeated by the Targaryens. Sorry, they joined the Seven Kingdoms through marriage.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna switch categories. This sauce is barbecue honey. Yes, with ghost pepper Tabasco sauce.
I was gonna say.
Ghost pepper Tabasco sauce.
What kind of show you running?
With a serrano pepper blended in.
Good Lord. Jeez. Everything on the kitchen sink on this one. All right, here we go, guys.
It's probably gonna be disgusting, but it's fine.
Let's see.
Okay.
And if these work out, we're gonna start selling some sauce.
Okay, that was a little drippy. Okay, what is the highest grossing video game of all time?
Oh gosh, highest grossing of all time? Mm-hmm. Jeez, of all time?
Yeah.
That's a loaded question. Got some ASMR in this video too. I don't know. Legend of Zelda?
No.
Tears of the Kingdom?
No.
Breath of the Wild?
No. You gotta think back a little bit further.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Further?
It's good.
It's good. Back further, huh? Super Smash Brothers.
No.
Mario Kart.
No. Think back a little bit
I don't
further.
know. Tetris? Like that further?
Like further. Yeah, I think like around maybe like the Tetris era.
Pong.
No. Did you give up?
I guess.
Pac-Man.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even say
Being
Pac-Man.
released in 1980, it has earned an estimated $2.5 billion.
From just like, probably now like digital copies and stuff?
Yeah.
That one's a little spicy, guys. My tongue is a little tingly.
Is it?
The tingly tongue. Yeah.
All right, let's find another question, different category.
Sure.
Besides Nick Fury, what other SHIELD agent appears in the new movie?
The new Marvels movie?
It says Captain Marvel, but...
Oh, what's his name? Coulson.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and he's de-aged too. It's kind of weird.
He's what?
He's de-aged too.
Oh.
Clark Gregg, the actor.
Oh, yeah. This one is the Lord of the Rings question.
I should do good here or I'll get my nerd card revoked.
I it's probably already gone, honey.
You think so? No, I'm certified nerd.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, you couldn't even answer something like what? Okay, this says, do not meddle in the affairs of who, for they are subtle and quick to anger. Subtle. Subtle, right? Yeah.
It's a silent B.
Oh.
Do not meddle in the affairs of dwarves?
Of who?
Of
No, not dwarves.
Is it like a name of a race or a name of like a specific character?
It's a name of a race. I would assume.
Is it trolls?
No.
Is it orcs?
No.
Is it men?
No.
I don't know.
Are orcs and wizards the same? No.
Oh, is it wizards?
It's wizards.
Oh, do not meddle
Nerd
with the affairs
card.
of wizards.
Revoked.
Revoked. That's a revoke. That's a revoke right there.
Okay. Do you want to move on to the next one or you want one more question?
Do another Lord of the Rings one, and then I'll aim my next wing.
Okay. What is the name of Sam's pony?
Oh my gosh! That's a good question. Oh, I don't want to use my fingers. I don't want to touch my eyes. God, you're gonna say it, and I'm gonna be so angry that I didn't get it right. What letter does it start with?
B.
I think I knew that. At least I think I knew that part. So I don't know. I'm gonna be so upset. What's his name?
Bill.
Oh my gosh. I think okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, next one. Is it this one?
That one is it's called Ex Pico Pica. That is the name of this.
I'm gonna do a dip.
You're crazy.
I'm gonna do a dip. You gotta do it. You gotta bring it up.
You're crazy.
I told my wife there needs to be an element of danger in this challenge.
You're crazy. It might not even be that spicy. And these are made with go ahead, eat it.
All right.
Well, I'm telling you. These are made with Thai peppers.
Jesus.
Who composed the music for the Lord of the Rings films?
Okay. Jeez Louise. You was the whole goddamn plant in this.
Did I?
God, who composed it? I don't know. I should know that.
You should know it.
I don't know. Is it Hans Zimmer? Is it Ramin Djawadi?
No.
I don't know.
It's Howard Shore.
Howard Shore. He's good.
Who took the ring from Sauron?
Like initially? Isildur?
Yes. Very good. You knew something.
There you go.
How's that one taste?
The taste?
The taste is probably bad.
The taste is not amazing. I don't think I would eat like that at like a
bar.
At like a bar.
No?
I mean, the heat is like definitely doable. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's like it's got kind of a sharp taste to it.
Yeah. How's the spice?
Right now I'm probably sitting at like I would say like I don't know. I feel like I have a decent tolerance. I got my eyes are watering. That's for sure. But I'll probably say like I don't know, like maybe like an 8.
Okay.
8 out of 10.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna move on to
You're definitely ramping up.
Disney Renaissance.
All right, let's do this. It's the back of my throat a little bit. Sorry.
Did it?
Yeah, a little bit. Whoo, baby. All right. This is good times.
Before becoming an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Ming Na Wen voiced what heroine?
Oh, Ming Na Wen. She was Mulan.
Nice job, dude.
Yeah.
Who wrote the original Tarzan?
Who wrote it?
Yeah.
Like the screenplay or like the book?
It just says who wrote the
I
original
don't
Tarzan.
know. I honestly don't know.
Edgar Rice Burroughs. I think that's how you say it.
Oh, Edgar Rice Burroughs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did not know that.
All right. What characters gave us impressions of Arsenio Hall, Ed Sullivan, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, among others?
Oh, what's his face? The genie?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
My lips are on fire, guys. All right. Whoo, baby. This is a really great idea.
Yeah.
Good thing we're doing it first, so the rest of the episode I could just be
Chill.
suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, my lips are on fire. That was a hot one.
All right. How old is this? Is Pixar now? Moving on to Pixar. We'll probably maybe end within the Disney Pixar realm.
Okay.
Maybe.
That'll increase my chances of victory, guys.
Yeah. And how old is Crush in Finding Nemo?
He's 150, dude, and still young.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes are actually watering. They are. Jeez Louise. Oh,
and Up, what's the name of Charles Munt's airship?
Oh, this is a good question. It's the Spirit of Adventure.
Very good. He knows more about Disney than Game of Thrones, clearly.
Hey, I watch a lot of Pixar movies, man.
And I think we're going to move on to the last wing.
All right, should we move on to the last wing?
The last wing is El Cayete or something. It's like a Mexican, or sorry, not Mexican, that's rude, a Hispanic hot sauce.
We're putting some danger on
and
this
one. It's already rated extremely hot. I think he's faking a little bit.
All right, guys.
And that one has...
Sean Evans, this one's for you, man. I did the last dab. I put some more smother on it.
And this one has blended habanero peppers in it.
Oh, you put the habaneros in this one?
Yes.
I know I smelled it.
You ready?
Yeah. This is going to be fantastic.
WALL-E is short for what?
Oh, my God. It's like waste allocating something. Yeah, I don't know.
It stands for Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth Class. How's that one taste?
This one actually tastes very good.
Yeah?
The taste is really good on this one, actually. Yeah.
This might be a hard one. The floor from Sid's house in Toy Story was inspired by the hotel in what film?
I don't know. The Shining or something?
Yes.
What other hotel would there be inspiration from? Okay, that one. I could tell that's gonna be like the one that one's gonna stick around. That's gonna be a sticker arounder. Oh, okay. Let's keep going. Let's do a couple more.
Okay.
Ooh, baby, this is a great idea for an episode.
Yeah. What Pixar film was the last film appearance of Rodney McDowall?
What? I have no idea who that is. Rodney McDowall? Mm-hmm. Is he like a... That was actually... I might have been overzealous on that.
On top of this, I want you guys to know that I sent him to the store to pick up like regular chicken wings from the deli. This guy got spicy.
I didn't know. I just said chicken wings, and the guy put them in the basket.
So...
Rodney McDowall, the last appearance, I don't know, The Incredibles?
A Bug's Life. He played Mr. Soil.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah. Are you having fun?
I'm having it. Yeah, oh yeah.
Who is the first... Oh, this might be comic book. Okay. Who are the original members of the Sinister Six?
Oh,
this is Spider-Man trivia now.
Sinister Six. I don't know if I know all six. Venom, Vulture, Rhino.
The original.
Electro, Doc Ock, Sandman, Lizard, like those guys?
Yeah, like those guys, but...
Yeah, so, okay, tell me when I get one correct. Electro.
Okay. Yes.
Doc Ock.
Yes.
Green Goblin.
No.
Vulture.
Yes.
Rhino.
No.
Scorpion.
No.
Sandman.
Yes. You need two more.
The Lizard.
No.
Not Venom.
No.
Okay. Sinister Six. Morbius.
No.
Tombstone.
No.
Kingpin.
No.
I don't know. I think I got what, 4?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who else?
The last two are Craven and Mysterio.
Craven and Mysterio. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's do a couple more. Let's do two more.
A couple more?
2 more. While I'm still inflagrating here. I'm inflamed.
That is a comic book. That's a show.
So everyone in the comments who says we need to read more comic books, tell us what comic books to read. First of all, Because everyone's like, you guys shouldn't be talking about comic books. You don't know anything about comic books.
Especially me. And like, it's fine. I get it. But also what I want people to take from this is that this is a person coming into this realm of world of like nerds and like comics and like movies and adaptations that they've made from these comics. So I'm seeing it like for the first time.
Your perspective is like,
So I'm giving my take on it as a person who hasn't read the comics. And you guys, oh, well, this happens in this comic. Well, then that's not my fault if they're not portraying it within that film the way that it is in the comic book. That has nothing to do with me. I'm just giving my take on it. I'm allowed to voice my opinion. And yeah, take that what with you will.
Yeah.
Because I can go back and forth in the comments all day. It doesn't matter to me.
We mean like no disrespect or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like my wife's perspective is like someone who's watching the movies without the knowledge of the comic books. Right. I don't really have crazy knowledge. Like I know some stuff, but I don't know a whole lot of stuff about the comics. But give us some grace. I mean, we're just here to have a good time and try to make you guys laugh. That's kind of like what we're really doing here. So, all right.
I can't find.
You teed up?
No, I'm not. Sorry, I was giving my little spiel to the...
Oh my God, Scooby.
Do you want French Revolution, astronomy, fine arts, same name, Harry Potter, children's literature, Scooby-Doo.
I don't really know Scooby-Doo.
DC comic villains?
Maybe, sure.
Okay. Which Batman villain would rather recruit Batman than kill him? This might be a comic question, too.
I don't know. The Riddler?
No.
The Joker?
No. You might not know it, baby.
Bane? Clayface? Two-Face? The Penguin? I'm going to just say all the Batman villains. Poison Ivy?
No. I've never even heard of
Mr.
this
Freeze?
villain. No.
You never even heard of him?
No.
That's a tricky one. Okay, well, I might not even know him then. What's the name?
Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, Ra's al Ghul. I forgot what it was. I think his name was just Ra's al Ghul. It was in the first Batman movie, Batman Begins. He was Liam Neeson.
Oh.
Yeah. Ra's al Ghul. Yes, the League of Shadows. They're called the League of Shadows. Yeah. All right, take away my nerd card, guys.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Take it away. But that's gonna end the wife's segment.
That's the Nerd Breaker. That was a lot of fun. So let us know what Nerd Breaker we should do next time on the program, and we'll do that. Alrighty, it's time for our meat and potatoes of the episode. This week is Vampire Week. The reason why we did a vampire episode, well, we did a zombie episode. So we're doing a bunch of vampire movies this week, and we did it because the new movie Nosferatu is officially on streaming on Peacock, and I'll put Peacock's logo right here because I like putting logos on the screen. So we watched that movie, but we didn't want to talk about that movie entirely because it's not very new anymore. It's already been out, but we watched it, and we'll get our thoughts on that movie. The movies that we watched this week were, we watched the entire Twilight Saga, we watched the Blade Trilogy, we watched The Invitation, Abigail, Priest, 30 Days of Night for a little bit, because we watched it on the 28th of February, and then on the 1st of March, it was no longer on Peacock. It was like the last day to watch, and we didn't watch all of it, so I watched some of it.
Majority of it.
Yeah, Ray watched most of it. We watched a movie called Dracula Untold, starring Lucas Evans. We watched From Dusk Till Dawn, a movie called Daybreakers, and Nosferatu. So, a lot of awesome movies to talk about. First on the list is the first 1 through 5 vampire movies we're going to talk about is the Twilight Saga.
And Austin, this was Austin's first time watching Twilight.
I've seen like bits and pieces of like each one. I couldn't tell you what parts of what I've seen, but I've never seen all the movies actually all the way through. And we watched them, I think we watched all 5 of them in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So they're pretty fresh. My whole thing about this trilogy is, or this saga, is that I wish it was like, I don't know. It didn't have a great balance between romance and vampire movies until like the last like 2. I thought the Breaking Dawn movies were great.
Yeah, the Breaking Dawn movies are good, but I think they are building up Edward and Bella's love story because how it ends.
I think when it gets to the very end,
it makes sense.
You've been with them long enough, and it felt organic enough that it makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't disagree with that. But so I got some notes here. What are the myths of the vampires in this movie? They drink blood. They don't burn in sunlight. They glitter, which I think is random. We never learned if they have no reflection in a mirror.
That is true.
We never learned that one. I wrote that down. We never learned that one. How long does it take for them to like start decaying if they don't feed on human blood or whatever it is, or any blood? Because I guess they're vegetarians.
Yeah, they get animal blood.
Right. And the other thing I will say about like the first few movies is every time there's like a super sick vampire part coming, it just like cuts abruptly, and then it just goes to something else. It goes to the romance, because that's what we came for in a vampire movie.
Yeah.
Is the romance.
And I think that's like a good point then, because like me and the girls were talking about it today at work, like just vampires, is that vampires are heavily romanticized.
Sure.
In every film, there's like the lore, the sex appeal, the mysteriousness of like a vampire.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I think that's why like
They have, like,
being like hypnotized almost. They're like temptress and temptresses, I guess, whatever, however. But I think that is also like why, you know, they really dialed in on that. I love Twilight. I grew up in Washington, so.
That's true. Forks. Well, she didn't grow up in Forks, but
I grew up in Seattle.
it takes place up in Forks, Washington, which is a real place, apparently. I'm learning so much about geography. But, I mean, it's almost like, I don't want to just immediately relate it to the Harry Potter movies, but I would say a little bit because of, like, the characters grow and they grow up and they get older and it becomes darker and more adult, you know? So by the end of it, there's definitely some violence happening. Well, there was violence all throughout, which is you know, pretty cool. But the villains kind of carry throughout the entire franchise as well, kind of like Voldemort and Harry Potter and stuff like that. Like as soon as the Volturi introduced, that's like the whole. They're like the big bad guys, you know. So I will say, I was surprised. I was definitely more entertained than I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to go just be a snooze fest, but they were pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm not super into the romance because I want to watch vampires.
Favorite characters were Jasper and Emmett.
Jasper and Emmett. Kellen Lutz. Jasper and Emmett. Yeah, man. Jasper was tight.
Yeah.
Because Jasper had like a good growth.
I mean, yeah.
He went from like I'm gonna eat Bella to like I'm cool now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Twilight. I think Bella's super sick. She's sick from me from the get-go because she's like impervious to their abilities. Like she has like a filter on. Like she can't feel anything that they do. They can't read her mind.
Oh, is that why she had like that power when she actually turned?
Yeah, and then when she turned, her power is also a blocker.
She like blocks. She like protects people from other powers. Yeah, that part was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, though, if we're looking back, I think they never really fully got into what Edward's power is. We know he's super fast.
He was a telepath.
Oh, yeah.
He could read minds.
You're right.
He could read minds, yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of them, though.
No, Alice could see the future.
I feel like there was other ones that read minds.
I don't think so.
And who was also super sick is the two chicks at the end. They're from like a tribe. They give people blindness.
Oh.
That was cool.
Were they vampires or werewolves?
They were vampires.
Oh, okay.
Austin loved the werewolves. He thinks they looked sick the entire
I thought the werewolves were actually sick. The transformations were sick. I will say, though, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you ever see them transform back into humans. You only see them transform into wolves. Maybe like once, but I thought they were sick. Like, because I saw like clips on like YouTube and TikTok and stuff. I never knew that they were actually scaled
that big.
They were actually huge.
They're huge.
They're huge wolves. It was cool. It was really cool. And I thought the animation was great.
Yeah, it looked really good.
I thought the CG was good. The
like
super,
a 2009 movie. Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah, for like a early mid 2000s movie. Some of like the running and the jumping and stuff looked a little like at the beginning looked a little cheesy, but at the very end, I think they honed their craft. You know.
I'm gonna ask you a very important question.
Oh my gosh.
Are you Team Edward? Or are you Team Jacob?
Team Jacob.
You are. We're in the wrong relationship.
Team Jacob, dude.
I am Team Edward 100%.
Team Jacob.
We're not meant to be.
We're not meant to be? Team Jacob, bro.
No.
Every time I see Jacob, I got to do push-ups. So that's
nothing.
That's how you know.
Okay.
Edward never made me want to do push-ups.
No, but he did make you smile a couple times. Exactly. Exactly.
Would you recommend, if someone has never seen Twilight and all they think about Twilight is like some random gaudy romance, would you recommend it? I would.
Absolutely. I think it's like a good, like, pop some popcorn. If you have a fireplace, turn that on.
If you have a partner,
order some food. Yeah. Even if you don't have a partner, like, I think they're good films. And I think that the fact that they end at a certain point and then the next movie pick up right where it ended, so there's no confusion. It's like the same characters across the board. Like, yeah, you get a couple of new characters introduced.
Sure.
But when those new characters are introduced, they tell you where they're introduced from. Oh, like, this is something from whatever tribe. Mm-hmm. This is this person from Costa Rica.
Yeah.
You know? And it doesn't leave you with, like, that space of confusion. Like, well, where the hell did this guy come from?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I did love at the very end, there's a lot of super great actors. Lee Pace comes in, and I forgot some of the other names, but a lot of really cool actors. The writing and the directing is pretty much the same all the way through, so it feels very cohesive, which I will say is a positive. I would recommend it. The only, like, I was watching it at the very, very end, so spoilers if you haven't seen Twilight, but it's been out for several years now, was when Alice was showing the Voltari leader.
Austin was like, what the
turned back. I was like,
so none of that happened?
And then, but then Ray was like explaining it to me, and I like the fact that because of his actions, that's the entire thing that transpired. That was actually cool.
Yeah.
Like, the fanboy part of me, the guy who loves vampires and werewolves, wanted that to be like the finality of it because it was a really cool climax. But I did like that because of his one little action of like taking Alice. And then Jasper intervening, and then Carlisle intervening.
Yeah, and then
that's what led to that. And then she showed him, this is what you've caused. I thought it was smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It was cool. Any final Twilight thoughts?
I think I lost it. Oh, no, I didn't. I got it. I found it. Okay. What do you think about Jacob's little 2-week relationship with Bella?
I just thought it was like forced.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it built them up as like friends, which I thought was fine. And like obviously there's going to be like some kind of maybe romance there. But for her to essentially like break up with Edward and then
broke up with her.
Oh.
Edward dumped her and he was like, I'm leaving without you, and you can't come and don't follow me and I don't want you, and this whole thing to like protect her.
Yeah, but then was Jacob just a rebound?
Yeah, that's exactly what he was.
Well, I guess that's kind of what a love triangle is. It's like,
yeah,
option A doesn't work out, go to option B or whatever.
That's exactly what it was.
I definitely don't disagree that it wasn't like organic. It was built up because of their previous.
Sorry, I'm listening.
Okay.
Also, guys, I have been up since 3:00 this morning. It is 1:14.
Yeah, you've been up for almost 12 hours.
Bear with me with the yawns.
I thought it was good. I mean, it made sense because they have a kind of prior history, you know. So yeah, I don't disagree with it. But I do think that, I don't know, it was a little bit forced just to get the love triangle in there. But hey, you know, it didn't take too much away from the movie because they built like a lore. There was like an actual lore around this whole movie with the Volturi and like the council and like the hierarchy of like the vampire society. I thought it was, and like they're assimilating into the high school and whatever it is. I thought it was cool.
Okay. What did you think about the end of Breaking Dawn Part 2 when Bella had Renesmee?
The CGI baby gave me some nightmares, but and like the CGI like 6-year-old, she was CGI until she was like a teenager essentially.
I think they did that because they wanted to keep the same face.
Sure. Of like the actress. Yeah. Sure. But I mean, I don't know. That's just like a nitpick. That's just like a you know.
Yeah.
I guess it, you know. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Get an actual baby, turn him into a vampire?
I don't know. I guess for a while there had been like speculation of them coming out with the next chapter of Twilight, which I honestly don't know what it's called. If you know what it is, please feel free to let us know.
It's probably called the next chapter.
And what is heard is that Renesmee becomes like one like the strongest hybrid of vampires. So.
Oh, because it was like the whole thing with like what was his name? Elon or Elon? Not Elon.
The leader of the Volturi.
Yeah.
Arlo.
Arlo.
You know what? It's fine. It starts with an A.
It does start with an A. It's like Alon, Arlo, something like that. Aro. And he said that the child was half human, half vampire. So it must have been like she was like conceived when Bella was human, but they turned Bella to save her, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay. Right on. That's cool. Sure. Oh, she's like stronger than the strongest vampires.
Supposedly, because I guess of like who her parents are.
Oh, because Edward is like super strong.
Because like Edward is super strong, and like Bella's like filtered by vampire abilities, even as being a vampire.
Okay.
So that is just like the last two final questions I think I had for Twilight. What would you give it as the saga?
As the saga? I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was thoroughly surprised by it.
I'm very proud now.
I went in, so take it from me, I went in thinking it's gonna be some romance. It's gonna be like, oh, Bella, Jacob, Edward, who do I first?
Austin, you can't put that in there.
I'm gonna bleep it out.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be who do I first? Okay.
Jesus God.
But then it became like really deep vampire lore. I was like, okay, this is cool. I was like, okay, the Volturi are like crazy. Dakota Fanning is in this movie. She's got like some crazy like psychological powers. I thought it was tight. She was tight.
The one thing I will say just real quick about that with her, I hate that the only thing that they have her do is pain.
She does like other stuff.
No, she only did it twice. She did it when they went to the Volturi, when Bella went to go save
Didn't
Edward.
she like influence other people in other ways?
No, that was the only time she did it.
She's like power of influence.
She did pain for that, and then at the end, she was trying to go pain and hurt them in the fight.
Oh, and then she was blocked by Bella?
Yeah. So I wish they would have showed some of her other things. She's still alive. No one died yet. So.
True. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ara was like, we will let them continue or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was good. Michael Sheen, he was Aro. He's a great actor. Dakota Fanning, Kellen Lutz. What's that guy's name? Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart.
Oh, but I think that's the reason why they haven't made it is because I was telling Austin that
Kristen Stewart, Robert
Pattinson, they dated, didn't work out. I don't think they would want to do a film together. So if they do it, they are going to have to try to not have Bella and Edward be within it, and it just really be like about Jacob and Renesmee type of thing.
They could.
So, because next thing you know, Jacob and Renesmee, they're going to have a wolf vampire baby, and it's going to like...
Ooh, then it's going to become... Yeah.
It's going to be not Breaking Dawn, but Breaking Dead.
Breaking the bed.
Okay, anyways. On to the next movie, because... Go.
All right. Next one on the list. So... Twilight Saga, I would recommend it. Not gonna lie. Okay, moving on. Blade Trilogy. I love the Blade movies. I don't think... Have you seen them, all of them?
Forgive me, but it's been a long week. I watched like the first half of the first Blade. Really didn't sit through the second Blade because I was like cooking dinner, being a wife, being a mother. And I watched most of the last Blade 3. So I think that is the one I'm most knowledgeable about. Without watching the second Blade, I'll take that out. I thought they were good. I mean, I think the first Blade's a little slow.
At the very beginning.
Yeah. It was a little slow. And with me, I kind of tend to lose interest if something doesn't happen when, like, in the first, I would say 5 or 6 minutes, which is really bad. But
there's usually something that's supposed to like kind of catch you.
Yeah. But I was just like, okay, this is cool, you know. Yeah. But it's also old, you know.
Yeah, I think it's from like 2007 or something.
And it's Wesley Snipes. There's only going to be one Blade, so
it's Wesley Snipes, man. I love Wesley Snipes. Yeah, the first one I haven't seen in a long time. Watching it back, the graphics are they're pretty dated. Yeah, but then you gotta give props like the time it was made in, you know? Yeah. Like you gotta give props for them being that ambitious. But I like Stephen Dorff. He was the bad guy.
Okay.
Deacon Frost. But yeah, I thought it was... I like the first one. The second one's my favorite one. The second one's probably the best Blade.
So I need to sit down and watch it. I liked the third one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wasn't liked it because Ryan Reynolds was in it.
Yeah.
But I also think it's weird, like, we also were talking about the fact that, like, this Blade is not, like, they're tying Blade, like, into the MCU now because of him being now in Wolverine Deadpool.
Well, he was always Marvel.
Was he?
Yeah, Blade is Marvel, yeah.
Well, no, I know that, but, like, bringing, like, how can I say it?
They're making, like, these movies canon, essentially.
Yeah. So I think what I thought was cool is, like, I'm watching this with Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, who is he? Like, is he Deadpool now?
Oh,
you know what I'm
or
saying?
Is he
because
Hannibal?
they always recast the same characters.
That's actually a good point.
So, like, I'm asking, like, okay, like, I'm looking up, like, I found out that his name was, like, what, the cannibal or whatever his name is.
Hannibal.
Hannibal, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And but what I will say is that what I think is cool is that you do see Ryan Reynolds being a different character, but you see him fighting with Blade, and then in Deadpool Wolverine, you see him as Deadpool and fighting with Blade. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think those two are really cool to see. I would have liked it if he was Deadpool, because it's like, I also would have been like, well, why didn't you recognize him? You know? But I think that's why they made the jokes in the Wolverine movies about I never liked you. You never.
Oh, I never liked you.
Yeah.
Or I don't like you. You never did.
Yeah.
They had some kind of falling out or disagreement in Blade Trinity that they didn't.
Okay.
Let's just didn't like working with them, I guess, or something.
Oh.
Yeah. So that joke I think was a callback to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I liked the last one. I thought it was cool. I thought it was good.
With actual Dracula.
Yeah. I will sit down and collectively watch them all 6-7 hours of my precious time.
It's like 6 hours. They're like 2 hours each. They're like short. Yeah, they're pretty short.
I would say Blade 1 a little slow for me in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Definitely need to watch the end. Don't cancel me for that. Blade 2, need to sit down and watch all the way.
Blade 2 is I think people on the internet would unanimously agree that Blade 2 is the best Blade. It's really, really good. Super awesome. Super cool villain. Super cool graphics. Donnie Yen is in it. He's tight.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. I'm just saying, like, as a vampire movie, it's a good, like, it's like a cool take on, like, a vampire. Like, yeah, he's a vampire. He's a hybrid as well, correct?
He's a hybrid. Yeah,
well.
he's pretty much a half breed.
But he's like, I will say, which was the end of the one where he killed his mom? Was that Blade 2?
That was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, you know, having the guts to be like, you ain't my, like, not, he didn't say it, but be like, you ain't my mama, I'm finna, like, and he kills her. He's just
because he was like the product of, that was the half-breed mom or whatever.
Yeah. But I think they're good. I don't think I have too much bad to say about them besides, like, just the first one just starting a little slow.
Yeah.
But it's an introductory film, so.
Yeah, it was like an origin Blade movie. Yeah. So I love the Blade films. I think they're super awesome. They're fun, popcorn flicks, good action, good one-liners. Wesley Snipes is super charismatic, and he's just super funny.
You put Wesley Snipes and Samuel L. Jackson in a room, I wonder what you're gonna get. I wonder what you're gonna get. That would be
a Blade Avengers crossover.
Yeah, like that would be awesome. There would be a ton of motherfuckers going on.
Yes,
for sure.
Exactly, and it was definitely coming off the heels of The Matrix. Did you get a lot of Matrix vibes?
Oh man, like the outfits,
the black trench coats and the glasses and the all leather and stuff. Yeah, I will say though, one of my favorite moments in the Blade trilogy is in Blade 2 when he comes out of like that blood pool. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
And Whistler throws sunglasses. He says, "Hey!" And he throws sunglasses, and then it's edited. He just goes and catches them and puts them on. It's super sick.
Okay, I will watch it.
Yeah, you should watch it, definitely.
I will sit. Okay, let me say this. I will sit down and watch it
and like focus on it.
Well, because it's hard when the kids are home. Because I'm like in kitchen, living room, kitchen, living room, and it takes me normally a 2-hour movie takes me maybe sometimes 3 or 4 hours to watch.
Yeah, but as the MCU grows, we're gonna probably hopefully be seeing these characters more. So if they're trying to make things canon, if they're trying to like say, okay, Blade exists, that's his movies, but now he's in the MCU, then it's definitely going to be good to kind of know.
I understand that, but I ain't got a whole bunch of time.
I'm just saying, man. All right, that's going to wrap up our Blade discussion. Well, we got to sit down and have my wife watch all the Blades all the way through. But I don't know. They're great. Wesley Snipes is great. The first one is good. I think the villains are pretty good. The second one is objectively the best one. Yeah, you got to sit down and watch them. They're pretty good. Okay. All right, moving on. Other movies we watched this week. We watched a movie called The Invitation, which is, I thought, a little bit misleading. Well, not misleading, but I didn't know what it was about.
This movie is basically about a young lady. She has like no family, nothing like that. She does like the Ancestry.com whole thing. She finds a so-called relative. They meet up.
Some long-lost cousin.
They meet up from, I think it's from England.
He's from England, yeah.
England. They meet up at a restaurant. They're talking. He says, hey, you should come to England. One of your cousins is getting married. They'd love to meet you. Grandfather would love to see you. Yada, yada, yada. She doesn't know if she should go or not. She ends up going. And the whole time when she gets there, you don't see a bride. You don't see a groom. You don't really see
from
like
the very beginning,
right? You see like plans going on of like there's a wedding happening.
Caterers and butlers and servers, and
you don't see like a bride or a groom. Funny thing is,
and you think the groom would be a part of like that planning and stuff, right?
Yeah. Funny thing is that she is the bride, and let me backtrack. She ends up like hooking up with one of the guys,
the Lord of the Manor.
Yeah, and they like have like this little romance thing going on, and they end up hooking up. And he says we should get married, and she says ha 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 yeah, and then she says, I'm joking, and he like laughs it off, and then they have like this huge dinner, and she's sitting next to him. She is the wife, and he is the groom, and so the whole thing is that he has two other wives as well. Two of the other ladies that are in the film, they are also vampires, and he needs 3 wives so that the legacy can live on.
It's like the 3 wives gives them like the highest power.
Yeah. And so it's like this whole thing of him. The other 2 wives are trying to like condition her. They like nail her in a coffin. The maid leaves. It's like this whole like spiral effect movie, which is cool. I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, I like it. I liked it a lot, actually. I thought it was good. Sorry.
Jesus.
I thought it was good. I definitely like the servers must have been some kind of hired from like some kind of company because they just get ate up. Yeah. But it definitely like a little bit of a slow burn at the beginning, but then the last 20 minutes are...
Well, like in the beginning, the first clip you see is the lady, she jumps off of the balcony and...
the other wife.
Yeah, herself. And so I'm guessing that's who he needs to replace. And then like the whole ancestry thing was like totally made up. They made it. They just find people online.
No, she was actually a descendant from Evelyn Alexander or whatever it was.
I don't think she was, because she found a whole bunch of other papers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They just go and like
fabricate it.
Right.
I thought it was that she was actually blood descendant from.
I don't think that's what it was.
No? Okay. I thought that's what it was. Okay.
No, because why would you... No, I don't think so. Well, you need to rewatch it, sir.
I watched 17 vampire movies this week.
So, anyways, forget what he's saying. So, like, the only way to, like, kill a vampire is to... what was it?
Stake it through the heart?
No... Oh, no, sorry. You're going to have to cut this out because I'm going to backtrack.
Okay.
I'm going forward and I need to go.
I don't like doing so much editing.
I know, but you just have to cut it.
All right, get after it. I want the chlorophyll.
You don't need any more beer.
This is the last one.
Well, I'm going to pour it on the sink.
gonna pour you down your gullet.
Okay, whatever. So, spoiler. If you want to watch the movie, I would say don't listen to the next like 2 or 3 minutes. She ends up getting turned to a vampire, and then because the only way like to defeat the vampire is to like kill the vampire that turned you, or some like weird thing.
Oh, sure.
So she turns so she can be as strong as him, so she can kill him, and then her powers go away.
So she killed the wives too?
She killed the wives too.
Yeah.
I think the wives died because he died.
Oh. Or they become mortal or whatever?
I think they die.
Oh, really?
Because I think you live for however long. So you think about it. If you get turned when you're 20 years old, but you've lived 100 years, when you go back to being mortal, you essentially die anyway.
Oh,
you don't go back to being 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the years catch up with you.
Pretty much.
And you would just die of old age.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so the end scene is like you see her and her homegirl going into like a store to like find someone.
To kill the guy.
Yeah. So now she's
her.
like a vampire killer.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Natalie Emmanuel is
also
in it.
because he thinks she's hot.
I don't.
Exactly.
All right. Would you recommend it?
I would recommend
Skip
it.
it or list it?
I would list it.
I would say list it.
It's a cool film. It's honestly,
short. It's fast.
Yeah, like once it gets going, it's like everything. There's like not really a break of what's going on.
Yeah, the pacing is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. All right, next one on the list, movie that we actually watched in theaters that we're gonna watch, that we watched again for this episode was Abigail. Mm-hmm. Another movie that takes place in like a mansion. I like this movie. I love Dan Stevens.
He loves.
I'm gonna put Dan Stevens' face right here. I love Dan Stevens. I think he's awesome. I'll watch anything he's in.
I
think he's awesome. If you guys have watched a show called Cabinet of Curiosities, I think it's like episode 6. He does this
commercial,
infomercial spokesperson guy, and it's for this product called Aloe Glow, and he says, "Hello, Stacey." Aloe.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Says Aloe Glow. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, Dan Stevens, super awesome. Kevin Durant, Melissa Barrera is in this movie. Angus MacLeod was his name.
Yeah, rest in
Catherine
peace.
Newton, rest in peace.
Angus MacLeod. Not.
Great cast. Giancarlo Esposito. Super cool. A unique premise.
Yeah.
For a vampire movie.
Yeah, a vampire ballerina.
Vampire ballerina, but it's like under the guise of kidnapping her so that she could feed.
No, that's not what the guys. See, he doesn't even know.
Isn't that it?
No, the guys is that they're people who have done something wrong. They're all tied to like her dad somehow.
Lazar?
Like, yeah, like military, cop, someone who has tried to like pin him for the things that he's done.
Like take him down.
And they put them all in a house. And then she gets to feed on them. Like, that's how that lore is made.
Oh, because they're all people that are trying to come after him.
Right. Like, and somehow, some way or another, these people have been, like, in Lazar's life, introduced into his life. And that is why.
Oh. I thought it was just they're all
She literally says it at the end when she's like, oh, she was like, in you, something about him being a cop.
Oh.
Yeah. When she's, like, reading all of them. And the reasons why they're all there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think she said something like, she was like, do you guys think you're all here by mistake or something like that?
Oh, who Abigail does?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so it's a good movie. Yeah, totally different premise. It's a little creepy. The only thing that bothered me a little bit is like how many times is she going to be a ballerina in this movie? We get it. You love ballet. You're a ballerina.
Does she do a lot of ballet scenes?
She does.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's a good film.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Oh.
It's an isolated thriller. It takes place in one kind of location.
Yeah, not too many other actors in it.
Yeah. Small cast. Mm-hmm. It relies on the writing and the acting, which is always good. Not like these crazy big action set pieces and stuff.
Okay.
Go
ahead. We'll finish that thought.
I like this movie a lot. I would recommend it. I would list it. It's free on Peacock?
I think so.
Or Max or something like that. It's
free on Prime. Sorry.
Prime.
It's free on Prime.
Prime. Yeah, so go watch it. It's good. It's a good movie. Good acting. Some decent humor as well. Like dark humor. But yeah, I would definitely go watch it. Short thoughts on it because we've already watched it, talked about it, but go watch it. Next movie on the vampire movie watch list is 30 Days of Night. I have never seen this movie. I only watched like the first 30 minutes of it because we watched it, and the very next day we were going to watch it. It's already removed from Peacock. So, the stuff that I've seen was very brief. I mean, I saw the vampires. It looked creepy.
Yeah.
It looked very creepy. Josh Hartnett, Danny Houston is like the main vampire guy. I liked what I seen. Wish I saw the rest of it. So let us know what you guys think about it. Do you have extra thoughts on it?
For me, honestly, it seemed really slow. It seemed
Even when stuff was happening.
it was kind of slow. It was like, I'm gonna cause a distraction for you to run this way. Guy runs this way. Other guys die. It was like, and that's not me saying it was a bad film. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like this movie, but for me, it was really slow. The vampires were like very much more like stagnant. You really don't see like you see that they're strong.
There's not much like to them, yeah.
Yeah, you see that they're strong. But that's all you really get from like the vampire aspect of it. Of course, they feed on people.
In terms of like their supernatural powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an okay film. I personally don't think I would watch it again. Just because it's people trying to survive till the sun comes up.
It's kind of one note. I feel like the reason for the movie is just to like, hey, parts of Alaska have 30 days of constant darkness. That's like the entire premise.
I mean, I guess I get it. You have to like say like, oh, like trying to get through the 30 days could be like intense, but I didn't feel any intensity in any moment.
It didn't, I mean,
from this movie.
People like definitely like died and there was loss and there was some stakes, but other than that, I don't feel like I felt as much tension, I guess.
Yeah, and I think the thing that like made me upset most about this movie is the ending. Is that like this one like human guy the husband sacrifices himself to get turned because his wife and a little girl are underneath a truck, and the vampires busted the oil pipelines and set them on fire, basically trying to burn the town down. And he was like, I have to save my wife. Like, they're not going to make it until the morning because it's so cold, or until tomorrow or whatever because it's so cold.
The last day or whatever?
Yeah. And so he sacrifices himself. He gets bit, turns into a vampire, and you see this one guy take out like 10 or 12, maybe 13 vampires.
Maybe I've seen the end. Is that Josh Hartnett? He gets like turns like on purpose or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, I think maybe I've seen the end of it.
Yeah. And then him and his wife go and watch the sunset together, and he is no longer.
Oh, and he
dies.
Disintegrates.
Yeah. So it's like, you vampires have been vampires for years, and you're letting this person who is a person who just got turned.
You just got your powers.
Yeah.
Take you out.
It's like, okay, this is great. Okay. And then he dies.
When you put it that way. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So would you not recommend it then? I don't know. I never watched all of it, so I can't really have an opinion. I
don't think so.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. It's not I don't even know how long it is. It might be like,
I think it's like an hour and 40 or something.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
It's kind of short, yeah.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. And I'm sorry if you do love this film. You can love this film, but for me, it wasn't my cup of tea.
No? Okay.
No.
That's fine. Everyone's got an opinion. All right, moving on. All right, a movie that I have only really seen the ending of that I watched for the first time, all the way through. Quentin Tarantino's From Dusk Till Dawn. What'd you think about it?
Meh.
Yeah?
It took so long
to get started.
I had to like Google, is this really a vampire movie? Or does Austin have me watching this movie just because he wants me to watch it?
I was the same way because I think I've watched it on like cable or like satellite TV like a long time ago, and it was at the very end, and it's like things are going on. But then the first like 45 minutes are like, what is going on?
Yeah. I'm like, am I watching a Western? Am I watching
like some kind of like
some Bonnie and Clyde type of thing?
like a criminals escaping the law movie, and they're in like a Western town, and they're killing cops, and then they run into like the family in the RV, and then they go to the bar. It's like
it's a whole lot of going on. It starts with them robbing a store. I'm like,
they're not robbing. They're trying to
get the map.
Trying to get away.
They were trying to find. He said, I told you just to go in and get the map.
Oh,
and then
to get to El Rey or whatever it was.
Yeah, and it's like, what am I watching? Then they end up in Mexico, and there's boobies everywhere, and fire coming out of the building. And a very interesting movie.
Salma Hayek.
I was literally thinking, like, when I was watching this, I was like, this is probably why guys like Salma.
Salma Hayek?
Thank you so much. It's because of that. And I get it. Very beautiful, attractive woman. Like, absolutely. He can get a hall pass. It will never happen because she's her. But, and then the ending, the vampires were ugly as hell.
Well, yeah,
they were ugly as hell, for one.
Yeah, I thought they were portrayed pretty cool.
And I don't know. My brain is like, even closing my eyes thinking about the film, it jumps from like this happening, that happening, this happening, that happening. It was so much happening.
As soon as it gets started, it goes pretty fast.
Yeah, like the two good guys at killing vampires turn into vampires.
Both get turned. That's actually a good thought. Like the one guy who got bit, who was like turning like slowly.
Yeah, and then the one guy he turned like immediately.
As soon as like the windows cracked open and and then he's like a vampire all of a sudden. It's like, that's the one thing about like zombie movies and vampire movies is like, one guy gets bit, takes 10 hours to turn. Another guy gets bit, takes 10 minutes to turn. It's like, come on, man. Have some consistency.
And then the dad gets bit, and he's like, I only got probably about an hour.
About an hour?
And I'm like, but that dude just turned in like 5.2 seconds. What do you mean you got about an hour? Like,
I know.
What?
Maybe it's because he was like bit in the neck, and it's like closer to your brain.
Well, the one thing I will say is that I did not expect for the son to get bit.
Oh.
I didn't expect for him to die. So that was good.
I will say, that brings me to my next point. Like the bullet effects and the physics and stuff. I just thought it was so funny that like the brother, like the son gets bit and he's like, shoot me. Mm-hmm. And then she shoots him and they just explode. Like with a regular bullet, just like all explode.
Or maybe it was because he was turning already, maybe.
And it like.
And the bullets, they put crosses.
Oh.
On the top.
Oh, on the bullet tips?
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I paid attention.
Oh, and because it was like infused with the presence of God. Yeah,
and then the brother turns.
Well, he didn't turn. Quentin Tarantino. Richie, yeah. Quentin Tarantino,
Richie turns. He turns, and they were some ugly son of bitches.
They were so ugly. They were ugly.
And then the ending just kind of pissed me off because she's like, you need some. The daughter is the only one. The daughter and the. Seth, they're the only two who survive. Her whole family's dead. Mom is dead, dad is dead, brother's dead.
With him?
Yeah. And she's like, you need some company. And he's like, you don't want to go where I'm going. And it's like, you just.
She's like, dude, I literally just watched like hell on earth.
I'm here because of you. You stole my dad's RV, and now my dad is dead, my brother is dead, and you can't take me with you.
Yeah.
Here's some cash, and that's it.
There's nothing that I have seen in this 6-hour span that I'm not prepared for in life.
He's like, go home. And it's like, you get stopped by Border Patrol. Where are the other 4 people or the other 2 people you came in here with?
Do they have like records of that?
Well, I don't know. Remember the guy stopped him though? He was like, how many people are you
with? Yeah.
And they might. Just so they say, oh, well, we checked this vehicle, license plate number, da-da-da-da-da.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's like, you came here with 2 people. Where are the other 2 people? Insane.
Yeah. I agree with that. I wish that they kind of teamed up and went on, doing whatever they got to do. But I will say I do love that Cheech Marin was casted 3 times in this movie. And I'll put all 3 images right here. He was a cop, and he was like a guy in the bar, and then he was like the criminal guy at the end.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
A mess. what didn't make sense to me is that you go into these bars and these are people and they're conscious of what they're doing. But then when they turn, it's like, oh, I'll no longer be your dad. Or I'm like, no longer this guy. Like, I'm just a vampire. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, why can't they turn back to a regular person like the other ones did?
Because they were, like, pretty much in disguising of themselves? Oh, because like, all the people in the bar, they were
regular people.
disguising as humans, and then they turned.
Yeah.
I guess... That's actually a good question.
So it's like, why couldn't you, like, be like, okay, like, you...
Oh, I'll just be undying, but I'll be your dad.
Yeah. Like, you have the... You know...
Or is it because they've done it for so long that they can control it or something?
I don't know.
Because the people that turned... But
the brother started turning back.
And he, like, looked regular again.
Yeah, for a second, and then he went back. So,
That's a good
okay, I
point.
just had to put that one little out there. You know, okay, anyway.
All right, next movie on the vampire movie watch list. One of my favorite movies. I love this movie. It's called Priest, starring Paul Bettany. And Maggie Q is in it. And Carl Urban. I love Carl Urban. Great dude, apparently. And that movie is... The movie's awesome. This movie's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you think?
It's okay.
This movie's awesome, dude.
It's okay. There were some really cool visuals that I like. Like, I like when he's riding on the bike and you can see the city behind him. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fighting scenes were sick. I was telling him, like, I always get this movie confused with Legion.
They came out, like, I think, like, a year after each other.
Yeah, I always get them confused with one another.
It was Legion first with Paul Bettany, and then I think Priest was after. Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was a good film. I watched it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The vampires,
Cool premise.
I think I like more in this movie because, like, he was saying, like, they're more like mindless monsters.
They're kind of,
not,
yeah.
Like, you know.
They're vampires. They'll turn you, but they're kind of just like beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it.
What'd you think about the human-vampire hybrid, Carl Urban?
Nah.
You didn't... I mean, the thing about this movie is maybe, like, his entire motivation is, like, revenge. I get, like, that's a lot of villains' motivations. Mm-hmm. Do you think it was, like, a little bit weak that he's just like,
a little bit.
I'm taking your daughter...
Yeah, a little bit.
To get you to come out and fight me.
A little bit, yeah. It's back to Priest. Like I said, I thought it was an okay film.
Sometimes we do have extra thoughts like that.
Yeah, and we've learned that we need to get that extra thought, or else when we're done filming, we'll be like, oh, I should have said that.
Should have brought that up.
Yeah. But I thought it was good. I think the vampires were cool. Didn't really like the whole like...
The twist of, like, his daughter and stuff?
I mean... That was okay. I just don't like it for the villain, like the kind of reason of being like, oh, join with me and we'll do this together type of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Let me take you to the mother and she'll turn you.
Oh, to the queen and
to
stuff?
To the queen. And it's like, okay, this could have got a lot deeper.
But I do like that a lot of these movies have a they must follow some kind of mythology of, like, the queen or whatever with the blood and, like, turning people. I think that's kind of cool. It was like that in Invitation when she, like, drank his blood, and Priest and turning him from the hybrid, and even a little bit in, like, Blade when he's, like, drinking. Yeah. He's, like, having the vampires drink his blood to heal and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool that, like, a lot of these vampire movies are following that same line of the mythology. I think it's cool. Yeah. So... yeah, it brings it, like, it makes it all kind of linear of, like, vampires do have. If there's ever a vampire outbreak somehow, we talked about a zombie outbreak, a vampire outbreak next, that maybe we know how to deal with them. Maybe we, silver garlic,
Well, we live in California, so I don't think we're going to have a problem.
With vampires?
Well, because of the sun.
True. The next vampire movie on the list that we watched... A movie that I watched when it came out that I have not seen since then. I want to say like 2012 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Early 2010s era, I think. Daybreakers. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen this movie before?
No.
What'd you think about it?
I liked it.
I thought it was this is like a decently unique take on vampires.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, this movie was sick. That, like, the entire population has become vampires.
Yeah.
And they're farming humans and stuff.
And like instead of you going to like the coffee shop to get your cup of coffee, you go and you get your
the blood bank.
Cup of blood or whatever, your coffee blood.
Your 5% blood, whatever.
Yeah, and I think it was cool instead of it being like, vampires are a dying species, the humans are a dying species, and only 5% of the population is like humans.
Of the Earth's population of humans.
Yeah, it's humans, and they're like running out of blood, so they're like, how do we survive now?
Right.
I thought it was really good.
It was a cool take. It was like a decently unique take, and then they find a way to
cure it,
to make a cure, turning us back into humans,
which is literally the sun, the water and sun.
No, it was the sun.
It was catching on fire.
But he fell into the water, but it was the exposure to the sun was what turned him back.
But they had to do the whole cause of effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that was cool. And then I thought it was cool that as soon as the blood is treated, if a vampire eats you or takes your blood, they turn human because they're having treated blood. So that was cool.
I definitely thought the very end of it was like pretty, like it was a cool take on a cure because people still had to like die.
Yeah.
You know, like it was kind of crazy because it's like, okay, if 10 vampires feast on this one human who's treated, they all turn, and then 10 vampires feast on those 10 humans, and it like spreads like that. People will definitely there'll still be a loss of life and all that stuff, but it will spread.
Yeah.
It'll probably spread back to creating a whole human population again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then they'll keep proliferating. So it was a unique take. Ethan Hawke is in it. Sam Neill. I love Sam Neill.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Yeah. Definitely.
It was good.
A very unique take on a vampire mythology. I thought it was cool. That it's like,
and then the dad like gets his daughter turned by Ethan Hawke's brother, and they have to, because if you feast on your own blood, you basically become like a gremlin vampire. You know,
she like poisoned herself
by feasting on her own blood.
But if you don't feed on blood, you'd like deform into like a true, like the deformed vampire type. Yeah. But she turned herself faster by doing that.
No. I think you do anyways. Regardless if you drink your blood or don't eat. Because the guy, remember the vampire that was in the apartment?
That broke in?
Yeah. They were looking at his body, and then they were like, it looks like he's been feeding on himself.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I think that either way, you turn into a vampire with wings instead of a walking, talking,
a human
that has a job kind of vampire.
And a society and cops, and it's the same society. They're still the same people, but they're just vampires now.
Yeah. So I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
And like the driving cars with all the cameras, because they can't have the windshields and stuff. Yeah. It was cool. They created a whole like vampire society. I thought it was a very cool take on vampires. Very unique. I love Ethan Hawke. I think he's a great actor. So yeah, definitely. See if we're listed?
I would list it.
This one's a listed. This one, I think Daybreakers is a great movie. Go watch Daybreakers. If you haven't seen it, it's been out for like a decade, so go check it out. Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, not too much to talk about.
No.
Very cool. I like the fact that like he helps the humans, because I think he always had a consciousness of like, he's a doctor, he's a blood doctor, so he has like the idea of like helping people, I guess. So when he found the humans initially, he didn't turn them over, which was, I think, cool. I mean, I don't know. It kind of built his character so that he sacrificed himself to like be the test subject for the cure. Yeah, it made sense, you know? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Moving right along. Next one. This is a movie that I just found on Netflix. I've never seen this movie. It's called Dracula Untold. It's got Lucas Evans. Never knew anything about this movie. Watched it. Apparently he's Vlad the Impaler, and he's like fighting the Turks, and he's in Transylvania.
Sorry.
I don't know anything about this movie. Never knew anything about it. We put it on because it was an hour and a half. It was short. We put it on. Mid?
I liked it. I think I liked it more towards the end.
I love that
he was like an actual vampire.
Like a full-blown vampire?
Yeah. But this film is he's Vlad the Impaler, and they're the Turks are like coming to. They want 1,000 boys to make into soldiers, and they also want Vlad's son. And they go to do the exchange, and Vlad says, "Fuck that! I'm about to start a war." And he kills the guys, and then he goes to Dracula's, or I actually don't know what the initial vampire's name was because it's not Dracula, but he goes to the cave where there is a vampire.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
that's a good
he
point.
basically what it is like is that he's making like a deal with the devil.
They make a pact.
Essentially. He's making a deal with the devil essentially. And he turns Vlad into a vampire so he can take on all these soldiers, these wars essentially by himself, which was cool. Like, you gotta have some gonads to do that, bro.
To save your people.
Yeah, the wife finds out. She's like, "Why'd you do this?" He's like, "I had to." The pact is fine. If he does not feed in 3 days, he returns to being human. Mm-hmm. If he feeds on blood within those 3 days, he will spend his eternity as a vampire.
Yeah, he becomes like the next whatever. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like the next vampire king or something.
Yeah, and so the guy who initially turned him, it was like, he told him, if you drink this and you feed after those 3 days, you'll essentially be like my puppet. When that time is due.
And it will set him free.
Yeah. And his wife ends up dying. She's like, just take my blood. It's fine. You need your strength. He ends up feeding on blood. And basically at the end, he turned the people in the monastery, some of them into vampires so that they can fight with him. And then now that everyone's vampires are dead, the only person who is alive is his son, who is human, and now they want his son. And
because he turned his entire population.
Yeah. So now he wants his son, and the priest comes and ends up taking the son from Vlad, who has now renamed himself Dracula. And essentially, the sun comes up. He waves the clouds away, and the sun comes out.
To raise the sun.
To raise the sun. I'm like, why didn't you just do that from the get-go, dude? Like, why didn't you just go hide and
and then part of the clouds?
Yeah. So everyone kind of burns alive, obviously, because the sun, he lays down, he burns alive, but he is not dead. He gets a drop of blood from his servant that he didn't even ask to be his servant.
Zach McGowan. I like that guy. He's a good actor.
Yeah. And now it's present day, and he ends up finding the reincarnation of his wife.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like a reincarnate, right?
Yeah.
Because her name was Millie or Mel or whatever.
It's not Mindy, but it was M-I-N something.
It was like Millie or Mel.
It's not Millie. It's not Mel.
Minnie? Mindy?
It wasn't. Anyways, he finds a reincarnation of his wife.
Yeah.
And they're walking away talking, and you see the original vampire guy say, "Let the games begin."
Charles Dance.
And it cuts. Yeah. I think it's a pretty good movie.
It was a cool ending. It definitely leaves it open. I wish it kind of had a sequel because.
Meh.
But then again, it's called Untold because I think it's supposed to be kind of a Dracula origin. So it kind of sets it up that Dracula is now the true undead or whatever and stuff like that. So yeah, I liked it a lot. I love Lucas Evans. He's awesome. It was a cool take. Some of the shots, like these aerial shots where he's fighting on the battlefield, becoming bats and
he turns into bats to fly.
He turns into a swarm of bats and
then he gets all these he calls to all the bats, and they come to help him fight the army. That part is sick. He's casting the bats down and stuff.
Yeah.
That part is cool.
Controlling them and stuff. Yeah. I thought there's some cool moments.
There is.
Ray did say, she was like, it's an hour and a half movie, but it feels really long. There's definitely some moments there are some drags. There's some drags in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. Entertaining. I would say list it. Go ahead and watch it. Pretty fast movie, popcorn flick. Entertaining. Mm-hmm.
It's on Netflix.
All right, the last one I want to say, I'm going to interject another vampire movie that we probably should have watched. Morbius.
We've seen Morbius, though.
I know we've seen Morbius.
We've seen Morbius.
But is it a good vampire movie?
No. Do I like the idea of Morbius? Absolutely. When we first seen it, we were like, "Oh, dude, this movie's sick."
When we first watched it, we were like, I liked it. We both thought it was good. I love Jared Leto. Mm-hmm. I love Jared Leto. I think Jared Leto's awesome. I think he's a good actor. Maybe he's in some not great movies, but he's also in some really great movies, and he has a lot of great performances and stuff like that. American Psycho, Dallas Buyers Club, Mr. Nobody, a movie called The Outsider on Netflix. I love that movie. I think he's great actor. I don't think he deserves all the hate he gets. I'm excited to see him in the new Tron movie. But as a vampire movie, low tier? Yeah. Is that Marvel movie low tier as well?
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's Sony Marvel, so it's definitely low tier.
It's all right.
The last vampire movie on the list that we're going to talk about, Nosferatu from 2024. We didn't watch the originals. Maybe we should watch the original movies, but didn't watch those. There's like a silent film and like some movie from, I don't know, 60s, 70s, something like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe even earlier. I don't know. But this movie, I thought...
He doesn't even know what to say.
This movie I thought was pretty... I'm not saying misleading, but I didn't know what to expect.
No, neither did I. I had no thoughts going into it. And a lot of people talked about it on TikTok and some of my friends on Instagram when they first seen it. It was very
artsy.
Very artsy, yes. Very strange. It's like possession movie mixed with vampire movie, but the vampire is possessing the girl. And it's it's like I guess artsy, like low-key graphic. It definitely leaves you speechless. So if we don't have many words for it, that is the reason why.
Yeah. I thought the cast was great. Nicholas Hoult. Bill Skarsgård, is he the guy? Is he Nosferatu?
I think he's Nosferatu.
He must be.
Yeah. Nosferatu is just creepy within himself.
Super creepy.
He's like, you must sit down.
That was a pretty good impression.
Do not persuade my conversation. That's how he sounds.
That's pretty much it.
That's how he sounds.
You must rest and stay here.
That was creepy, dude.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is in it. He's like the friend of the guy. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm Nicholas Hoult and I'm in like the 1920s or whatever, and I go to a town, I say I need refuge, I need an inn, they're going to the castle, and every single person in the town is like doing some like ritual saying, don't go to the castle.
Yeah.
I'm not going to that castle.
I think that's like maybe the one thing I was confused about. Maybe you can answer that question for me. Did he have to go to the castle because he was tied to... Nosferatu was tied to the wife? Because she seen Nosferatu even before the husband was sent.
Yeah, no, it was his job. He was like some kind of notary or accountant or something. It was his job. It was like, you're going to go to this castle to sign over some kind of deed or something to somebody, to the Count Orlok, whatever.
Yeah, to basically, he said to be a partner. But the thing, that is why Austin should pay attention more to movies like I do. Because when he gave him the paper, the contract, and so we're really bad at the character names. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna say the husband. We apologize. Thomas. There we go.
I think
when
Thomas.
He was going to look over it before he signed, Nosferatu said it's like basically in the language of like you're the people before you. And so, like, he couldn't read it. Like, it wasn't, like, in English.
Oh.
And then he, like, signed it. So that's why I'm saying it's, like, it's strange how it leads up because Lily Rose Depp, her character in the beginning, she sees Nosferatu. She gets, like, hypnotized by Nosferatu. And then the husband is sent to sign this document right? Document gets signed. He takes the keychain of Thomas that has her hair in it. That's lilac.
Oh,
he keeps it.
The locket thing.
Right. And now all of a sudden his coffin is on this boat.
Yeah, I didn't...
To get to her. I think it was like an illusion type of thing. Like he knew who this was and this is how he needed to get to her.
Okay.
It was like this whole thing. So yeah, maybe we watched the extended version. And we watched it with our followers on TikTok. And one of our followers, Alex Seha, was saying that there was one scene in there that was part of the extended cut, but like that was it. There's only like a 4-minute difference between the two.
Yeah.
And it was just a grown-up scene, pretty much.
Oh yeah, like with the husband and wife, right? With
Yeah.
Nick's whole, yeah.
Like yeah. Interesting movie. I definitely want to watch the original now, but people were saying also the original is a lot different than this one too.
Oh, like the one from like the 60s or whatever it is. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be a lot different. One thing I will say is that this vampire movie, they're sucking the blood from your chest, and not your neck. Mm-hmm. So that was like a little weird, but Willem Dafoe is also in this movie. Mm-hmm. I thought he was really great. He does well with like the old English types, like that movie The Lighthouse that I have watched 10,000 times but have fallen asleep every time. But I was like, I don't know. I just didn't know what to expect. So whatever I seen, I was like, is this what we're watching? You know, like,
I think that this is the first time in a long time where me and Austin have watched a movie and been completely silent. Like, just like dead stoke, staring at the screen, no movement. Like, just
yeah.
What is going on? Like, is what we're watching.
Yeah, I definitely like the old English type movies, the period pieces. I'm okay with it. Like, it's definitely, I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting to go watch the original because is it very accurate? Is it like, is this how it was? But now it's just newer and they have more effects and makeup effects and stuff like that. So is it just like newer and better? But I don't know. I had no idea what to expect. So whatever I seen, I was like pretty blown away. I was like, ah.
The ending is
yeah, the ending. Okay, so we're gonna spoil the ending. Seems like Nosferatu is like sucking her blood, the lady's blood.
Well, it's the same premise of like you have 3 days. Like by the first day this will happen, by the second day this, and by the third day, like yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
So like they made like this whole elaborate plan, and they were like, we're gonna burn Nosferatu's coffin so that when the sun comes up,
who the doctors? Yeah,
he can't get in it.
Oh.
And that's why she was like more like when the sun was coming up and he just kept, Okay, go ahead.
No, that was it. Like just the fact that like he did that and they kind of just both died.
That was the plan.
In sunlight. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Or like she died because of
her blood
loss and he died because of sunlight. Like.
And they died in a lover's embrace.
Yes, an embrace of possessed lovers. I don't know, man. I don't know. I agree with Nicholas Hoult trying to like get out of there. I don't know. I like to believe that I wouldn't even have gone there in the first place, but because that whole thing, like the village, where they're doing like an actual kind of ritual in the very beginning.
Yeah.
At the village, and then the crazy guy eating like the pigeons' heads and stuff. That part was weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's an interesting movie. Am I gonna watch it again? With me being me, probably.
I mean,
I like creepy, disturbing things that make your brain kind of twitch and say, "Huh."
Yeah.
Movies.
I love the fact I was watching it. I love the fact that it's filmed in color, but like it's still very like gray.
Yeah.
Because of the original, because it's black and white, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe I want to say the originals are like black and white. So yeah, like very like gray and like blue, and I thought it was very cool and very artsy, like very art house, very like appealing to look at. Mm-hmm. Definitely like a film study type movie, but I just didn't know what to expect. And whenever I seen the things happening, I was like,
Like, there was one scene that Austin really liked of Thomas was walking through the inn of the gypsies, like the little stay, and everything is shot dark, and the only light you're getting is from the people's candles, and they're being lit.
Yes.
That was also really, that was a good shot.
It was a very cool shot, very immersive shot.
And it's like you're walking along with him, like maybe like a one pace before him.
Yes.
To see like this kind of gradual
and all you see is like
transition.
that ambient glow of like candles and like
the
torches
gypsies.
and stuff, and like that gypsy inn.
Yeah.
And it was very good and very immersive because it makes you think that's the light source. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like. It's just a dark inn with candles. Like, it was really cool. It was a really cool shot. Very, very cool shot. Good direction. Great writing.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was in character. Everyone, like, believed their performance. I thought they were having a great time. Like, Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife, unfortunately, passed away. Nicholas Holt's wife, like, the main character.
The kids. Nosferatu
Oh my
got
gosh.
the kids, the
He's,
daughters.
like, eating the kids and drops their bodies.
Because he didn't believe, like, Taylor John's character didn't believe, like, what was going on. And it was just...
Oh, because he thought there was, like, some hysteria or whatever like
He
that.
thought it was the wife. Yeah.
Having, like, hysteria and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I will say, if you come to Starbucks in Colton, I'm not going to say which one. I probably shouldn't put this out there. And if you say Red Wing at the speaker box, I will take your order sounding like Nosferatu.
Any food items in your order?
You do terrible. You do terrible.
No, that was good.
That was terrible.
That was...
I'm not going to do it again.
How many
That is
shots
terrible.
of espresso?
No. Guys, please tell him he's really bad.
No, that was good.
No. No, it wasn't.
Cream
No.
and sugar.
That's not how he sounds.
That's what he sounds.
Cream and sugar. You sound like a witch. It's terrible. Terrible.
Skip it or list it?
I would listen.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch it
I would
again.
recommend it. I thought it was a great film. It was a good movie. Definitely, like, it was, like, long, but it felt evenly paced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, everything, like, led into the next part of it pretty effectively, I thought.
Yeah.
I love Nicholas Hoult. Love Aaron Taylor Johnson. Love Willem Dafoe. The cast is great. The writing, directing, cinematography, very beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
looks black and white, gray, blue, but...
There's some nudity. So if you want to watch
Yeah.
this with your kids, I would say don't do that.
I don't know if it's a kid's movie, man.
It's not a family-friendly movie. It's definitely adult.
Like, it's not that it's, like, scary and graphic and, like, gory, but it's, like, the themes of it are adult themes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
A good wrap-up to the Vampire Week.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Any final thoughts?
No final thoughts.
All right.
The only thought I'm having is wing, stop, and nap. That's my final thoughts.
We can skip this part.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean... I didn't put all of them on there, though.
Okay, yeah. We should probably skip it.
Unless you... Well, I did...
We can always just say if you guys have any vampire movie recommendations.
Well, I do have, like, the 30 Essential Vampire Movies.
No. Let's just say if you guys have any vampire movie recommendations, let us know down below. Okay. Please. Thank you. Because it's 2:30.
All right.
And that means Sophia's going to be home in like 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay.
Unfortunately, the movies that we did not get to this week was Interview with a Vampire, The Lost Boys, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. All these movies, unfortunately, were not free to watch. We didn't want to pay for them. We didn't want to do a bunch of extra stuff for the episode. So if there are any other vampire movies you guys want us to watch or try to find, let us know in the comments. What other movies you want us to watch? Vampire movies. Coming very soon, werewolf movies. We're going to watch all of the Underworld movies. We're going to watch Wolfman, The Wolfman with Benicio del Toro, Van Helsing, all these cool werewolf movies. Even if they're vampire movie related, we're going to split it up a little bit so we don't watch 10,000 movies every episode. But werewolf movies coming very soon, guys.
And if you want one of these t-shirts, don't forget to shoot us an email. We're not selling them. We are just going to be giving them away.
Yeah, we're not going to sell these. If there's enough interest, we'll start selling them. But I want to give away like 30 of them. 20.
That must mean Austin's going to work a lot of overtime.
I'm going to work some hours to justify this. But if you guys like the shirts, and I'll make some extra designs too. We'll have some other designs coming. And also stay tuned. We are doing a downsizing giveaway. We're giving a bunch of our stuff away, of our decorations and things like that. So stay tuned for that, guys. We love ya.
Also, one other quick little thing. We do not know if we will have an episode next week. And that is because it is our 2-year wedding anniversary.
2 years.
And I don't know if I want to make a podcast on the weekend of our 2-year wedding anniversary. Maybe. We'll see how I feel.
Or we do wedding movies.
We might not even be here. We might not even be at home, and we're not taking this whole setup with us. So we're like in a hotel room, and it's like, I want to enjoy the hotel room, but no, Austin wants to film a podcast. So we will see how we're feeling. If we're able to squeeze in somehow, some way, 2 podcasts within like the next week or so before we have that, we will. But just a little disclaimer.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you as always for liking, sharing, following. There's been some great likes on the videos. Everyone's commenting. We love you guys so much. My name is Austin. This is my beautiful wife, Ray. We are the Nerd Lounge 2.0. As always, stay nerdy.
Bye.